How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So, for some reason, if you were in a get home bag or bug out bag scenario and you had to set up camp at a random spot along your way to either get home or get to your, primary location, how do you set up camp properly? One that's effective, good for environmentals around you like rain, snow, other stuff like that, camouflage wise, but also in that moment's notice, if you get found by an opposition somewhere around you and you have to leave immediately, how do you set up a camp properly so your teardown is literally within seconds and you can be on the move again? That's exactly what I'm gonna show you. So I'm just gonna throw out my specific setup, my overnight sleep system, and then I'll show you how I tear it down pretty much immediately and I can be on the move within seconds. So we'll get into it. All right, so camp is specifically set up exactly the way that I would use it. Now, I apologize for the lighting. It's just what you're gonna get out here. You can't really control everything like a studio. So as you see, everything in my opinion is laid out to the way that I like it. Now, everybody has a ritual that they do, probably within your career or at home or something like that. Hey, every single time, this is what we do. Now, first off, over here on the left-hand side is my pack of sorts. I always have my pack packed, fully ready to go, as in I can just pick up and go, except for the necessary items that I am currently utilizing while I'm sleeping. Now, one thing that I do, I did a whole video on it, and I tell people hey, it's a good idea is put dump pouches or large, stuffable pouches on the side of your belt. I have two. And this is really essential for situations like these. If you have to get up and go, you want space that you can just kind of stuff things into and go. So I often have these for the little items in case I would have them around me. Next, over here on the side, this is a snug pack rollable bag, a waterproof bag of some sort. This is the valved one, and it's specifically a valve, so as you can press all the air out of it, get it really neat and tight. That's always off to my side, open and ready to go, which this is kind of foreshadowing on why I have this system set up the way that it is. So this always sits off to the side, which we'll talk about that here in a second, but going over the specific sleep system, because I know some of you are probably gonna ask, hey, what is this? What am I using? So this is a Snug Pack Special Forces bivy. This is just a waterproof bivy that goes over the top of my main sleep system. So of course, next here is a pillow, which a lot of people will hate on it and go, seriously, you bring a pillow and you have a mat? Which this is a Z-Lite Thermarest, which I've used extensively in the military, works really well. But yes, I do bring those two items. Mainly, they are a little bit heavy, at least this thing's crazy lightweight, honestly, if you really look at it. But getting recovery-based sleep in a survival situation or a high stress, high calorie output environment situation is key. Especially, you don't want to just sleep on the ground. Could you? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've done it before, it works. It's just over the years I have adopted kind of a nice sleep setup because I realize that recovery-based sleep is necessary for when you're really pushing your body hard. The next day, your body went away, thank you. So that's why I kind of go a little overboard on this. Not even overboard is the term, maybe just a little more excess than some people. But going inside the Snug Pack bivy, I'm going to my Helicon Text Swagman roll. This is an awesome piece of kit that I've been using over a year now. It has different rolls. I enjoy it quite a bit, keeps me warm. Everything necessary can be used, all different methods, like a poncho, kind of a liner. It kind of took the place of a whoopee, but you can put your head through it. You can use it as a blanket. You can use it as an underquilt, a pillow, whatever you want. Inside of this, also, I have a Sea to Summit Reactor sleeping bag liner. Now, this one's orange. They do not make them in some kind of, blending color, but that's why it's inside, so you can cover it up and go. But that is a fleece underliner that'll keep you warmer. It's supposed to add about 15 degrees worth of temperature. So each layer will add, some degrees of warmth to you, including the clothing that you have on you. If you layer or something like that, you can stay down in reasonably colder temps, just depending on how you set it up. So that's the main sleep system that I specifically use. It's very low profile. Now, a lot of people don't like this because they want a tarp over top. I do run a USGI poncho in here as well. I just don't use it in most scenarios, mainly because it's got to be up off the ground and it's very visible. Even though it's camouflaged, it kind of moving in the wind and it's kind of an awkward square shape, it doesn't blend very well. And I try to avoid using it unless I know it's going to hardcore downpour. Or even in that situation, I could leave it off to the side and drape it over me if I was really concerned about it. But this bivvy is pretty solid, good to go. Also, the other items around me, mainly for other purposes. I have smoke grenades right here, and that is to mainly break contact or get that visual aspect away from the people that have found you. I also run night vision immediately next to me in this Cry Precision nightcap, which is an okay product, I would say. Gets the job done, but it's extremely lightweight, and that's why I use it. I would prefer a helmet myself, but I'm not going to carry a helmet on a bug out bag aspect. So if you have night vision, I strategically set it off to the side, so when I am sleeping pitch dark at night, I don't want to turn on flashlights because a flashlight will immediately give my position away. Maybe they know I'm in the area or they suspect I'm here or someone's going to walk up on me. If I throw night vision on, I can see them, but they probably can't see me. And then also moving down to this side, you know, a primary means of defense of some kind. I'll run a dedicated video description box below if you want to see what my particular, you know, item is because of YouTube-based algorithm, but that stays off to the side. I'll list it in the link below. Anyways, so this is pretty much strategically how I have it set up. Now, how do we get out of here immediately? So of course, if I'm sleeping here, normally I would probably run with my chest rig on if I know that honestly, if I have an opposition, which is going to be a hassle, but sometimes it's necessary because I have other defensive based items in here as well, which you could put this item off to the side. But so I'm sleeping here and I have someone walking up in the middle of the night. Now I hear, you know, bipedal based, you know, movement. Okay, maybe it's Bigfoot, joking, but more than likely the first thing that I would do is I would immediately throw on my night vision, right? Flip it on, start scanning, seeing, okay, what is this? You know, what is going on? Okay, cool. I got, you know, 4 people coming inbound with flashlights on my location. They'll probably be here within a minute. Okay, so I leave my nods on, right? But just for this demonstration, I'm gonna put them off to the side. Gonna get out of the bivvy, which it might be a little bit loud, but they're probably trudging through the brush as well themselves, so it's kind of hard to hear. But I would get out of this, and I strategically have this set for a reason. Is because I can immediately pull this up and get everything in one go. Like right here, all my sleeping equipment and all this stuff is pretty much in a handful, ready to stuff and go. So you can just stuff all this stuff in. So by this time, maybe they did hear something. Hey, what's that? What's going on? They're still a good distance out. You may need to use other means. You know, at this point, I could pull out, you know, pyrotechnics basis, start tossing them, pull out my other one, toss it out over there to do a, you know, a screen of some sort to block that visual. Even though they're using flashlights, it's still gonna, you know, cause some disorientation and whatnot. Okay, so those are expended. I don't need to worry about this. Next is the same thing, is I can just pull this out. This accordion's down reasonably quickly. One of the reasons I do not use the whole blow up mattress aspect is because after it's blown up, plus you're in the woods, you're like trying to blow this thing up, it can't compress down immediately. If you've ever seen blow up mattress, like one of the good ones, and you try to compress it really quick, it's gonna be terrible. You're just gonna hear like shh, and like all this air is going all over the place. And it's gonna take like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. This I can immediately accordion and I can stuff in here if I need to. Now, it's probably not the best setup, but it'll crush down. And then you clip. So now this is an excess bag of all your stuff. Now I get it, it's not pretty, but it'll get you out very quickly because now if I have my night vision on, so we're just discarding these two basis of items, right? I can immediately put on my pack, still not needing to get up or anything. Sling other methods of, defense. My nods are still on me, and I can take this and run. All right, so with that, may not be the best because you're holding on to it, but maybe you could get like a clip or something, and I could even attach this into my pack very quickly, which honestly I know I could. Which if you look at the pack back here, here's a loop right here. If you did have the time, you could immediately loop this through, button it, cinch it down, and now you're pretty much hands-free and moving. Now this is a temporary base movement. Now I wouldn't like literally hike like this, but in the moment, to get you away from what is going on, that's the route that I would take. So specifically, this is my setup. This is what I've adopted, used, had some fun with it, had some, friends come in and try to like see if they could find me and stuff like that, whatnot. But it works for me. I'm just trying to give you ideas on that mindset to get out very quickly, because you don't want to ditch your stuff if you don't have to. If you have to, then I guess you have to, but I would rather not. So I have this method in place to get me out the door very quickly. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, want to see more, again, I'm sorry about the lighting. We're just out here enjoying it, so I can't really do much about it. But if you like this kind of stuff, definitely there is PayPal if you would like to donate. We have Patreon. Patreon, I give all the details to. They see the behind the scenes stuff, all that fun stuff. I'm always throwing links and, cheaper products and things that I find. I interact with them quite a bit. So if you want to get in on that, definitely, consider it. If you don't want to be a part of that or don't want to donate money, that's fine too. Just hit the like and subscribe, even a comment. It helps the algorithm out a lot. You can just say literally hi in the comments or something like that, or questions. I will answer them. I try to get to everyone that I can. But other than that, just keep enjoying the content. If you don't want to donate, it's free, that's how it is. I'm just putting this to have fun. So other than that, I hope you all have a great day.